good afternoon, good evening, good morning, depending on your location. My name is Bert Young. I am here today. What I'll be doing for my project is incorporating calculus with fishing, and just kind of show how you can apply calculus, physics, and different mathematical equations and problems and numbers to catch fish. And a lot of things go into play, a lot of things go in factor, beside mathematical when you're trying to fish, to actually catch a fish. But today I will be applying different methods and to see if we can try to catch some fish. So just stay tuned. I'm going out here and we'll go live. All right, see you. Make sure everybody can see me. Can't get too close, don't want to fall in the water. So we're out here on this beautiful Tennessee River, and what I'll be doing today is just describing and explaining how you can apply calculus, mathematical equations, physics, and different things to fishing. Today I just got a little simple setup. If anybody knows me, they know I love to fish. I just have a simple setup, and honestly this setup that I have does play a part in it. When you think about the length of the rod, which this length is 6 feet, 6-foot rod, and the weight of my line, which if you're a fisherman, is called a test line. I got 6-pound test line, and I have a 1/32 ounce jig head. I'm just gonna use simple worms today, nothing big, nothing major. I'm doing out here just trying to explain. But I'm using a 1/32 ounce jig head, which adds weight to the line. I'm not adding any type of extra weight. Like I said, the line is 6-pound test line on a 6-foot rod, and we're jumping up behind me. And a 1/32 ounce jig head, which is one of the heaviest. I think it's 1/32, 1/32. Yeah, one of the heavy ounce jig head. So I'm just tying a little simple red worms on them. I'm just gonna use some red worms, they about dead. So how calculus applies to this is when you apply pressure. A lot of times as a fisherman, I know in calculus we talk about pressure, the equation, pressure, density, the height, which is the depth, the weight, that's how you get your pressure. And that when you're fishing, pressure plays a big part when catching fish. Today I'll be fishing in, I think this water is like 10 to 13 feet of water. Water is actually up after all the rain we've been getting. So 10 feet of water. And as a fisherman, good fishing conditions is better with low pressure. When you got low pressure, those are considered good fishing conditions. When you got high pressure, fishes tend to bite a little slow. You got to put in a little more work. They're not as active. So if you look on the screen, that's the pressure calculator equation to calculate pressure. So pressure plays a part when fish is biting. Today also what's going to play a part is the speed. Speed, that's the equation that you can use too. The speed of that I'll be reeling this 1/32 ounce jig head in to catch fish. Also, a jig head this size typically takes about 8 to 10 seconds to hit the bottom. So it takes about 8 to 10 seconds to hit the bottom, depending on the size jig head that you use. If you got a smaller jig head, it's going to tend to hit the bottom a little slower. But this one being heavier is going to be a little faster. Look at the fish is jumping up. They must be hungry. So all that we're going to take into consideration and see. We're going to calculate how long it takes, for me to reel it in. I already said, I already did the calculation. It's with this jig head, it takes about 8 seconds for it to hit the bottom. And also keep in mind the angle that I'll be using to hold my rod up. I usually hold my rod up at like a 45-degree angle and keep my line tight. So that's something else that plays a part. So let's throw out, let's cast out, and see if we could hit something. So you wait about 8 seconds. That's the time. In this type of weather, during this time of the year, the fishes are at the bottom. So the depth of the fishes typically probably like 10, 13 feet. Now, disclaimer, I'm not going to guarantee you that I'm going to catch any fish out here, because there are other things that plays a part beside calculus and mathematical equations with catching a fish. You got the weather, you got the time of day, you got the sun, you got everything, a lot of things that plays a part when catching fish. So don't hold me to it. I'm not gonna guarantee you that I'm gonna catch fish. All right, let's see what we can do. Also, we got like 7-8 mile per hour winds, so that's another factor that we can calculate as well. The speed that it's taking me to reel it in. See it on the rod. I would love to catch one for you guys. Definitely love to catch one for you guys. Got like 7-8 mile per hour wind. Throwing with a 1/32 ounce jig head. Well, I think this 1/8 ounce jig head. And 10, 13 feet of water. Got a little current. Pressure. You have to realize also, the deeper you go, the higher the pressure is gonna be. The deeper you go, the higher the pressure is going to be. Every time. Time factor. Would love to catch one for you guys. Hope you can see me. It's a butterfly. Takes to hit the bottom. as you see, didn't catch anything. Like I said, you know, there are a lot of other things that goes into play when fishing. It is hot out here, and it is the heat peak of the day. I'm doing this because it's on the time that storm's coming in. just goes to show, you know, how you can apply calculus, physics, different things to even when you're out fishing. You know, the pressure, the weight times the depth, the weight, the density times the depth. How you can calculate how long does it take to reel your rod back in. You can use the length of the rod, the weight of your line that you're using, and the weight of your jig head, and how far you're throwing it out, and the speed and the rate that you're throwing it out as. So I hope I was able to help someone, and, you know, just give a little insight into how to. So hope you enjoyed watching.